YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So we have it again, Prince Harry is being dragged and mocked as an airy-fairy do-gooder, and they've used an appropriate image of him. He looks strained, he looks frazzled, his hair looks as though it's about to fall out, and he looks quite ashy, crusty and dry. He is an airy-fairy prince at this point, possibly mirroring the madness of King George. And he's happy in his la-la fantasy land with his woke biracial princess. This is what we have had to deal with as British taxpayers. This couple who have basically sponged off of us and run off to the United States of America and are doing as much damage to the family's public name, the royal firm, as they possibly can. And he's unstoppable. He's turned into a juggernaut of airy-fairy destruction. What can I really say? But this is what we have to deal with as British citizens. So this article is by The Express and it is titled Prince Harry mocked as airy-fairy do-gooder as Meghan Markle blossoms. Post-royal life. Well, of course she's blossoming. She's getting the money. The cat that's got the cream. She's cashing in on her royal connections happily with a deranged prince supporting her at her beck and call at every point of the way. The article continues on. Prince Harry's biographer has claimed the Duke has become a shadow of the prince they wrote about since stepping back from royal life, while Meghan Markle has blossomed. Well, of course she's blossomed. Just getting free cash for doing absolutely nothing. She's been on a sabbatical holiday since she got married. It would be a case of someone who is blossoming. She's had a lot more time to herself. She had her bunion surgery. She's had her teeth done. And she doesn't have to work hard. She just simply cashes in on her husband's royal status. So she's doing quite well. The article continues on. Angela Levin, who wrote the Duke's biography in 2018, said the royal has become an airy-fairy do-gooder while living in LA. The Sussex royals bought a mansion in LA last year and also struck multi-million-dollar deals with Netflix and Spotify with the aim of promoting charitable causes. Miss Levin wrote in The Telegraph about how she felt Harry has lost royal stardust since stepping down from the royal firm, claiming he embraced a woke outlook. She said, he seems to have discarded his life as an action man to become an airy-fairy do-gooder. It is so out of character for him to lecture us on how to live our lives. Don't take flights. Have fewer children. Be aware that unconscious bias can lead to racism. Last year, he was even moved to wonder out loud, what if every single one of us was a raindrop? And then, appropriately, they have this picture of Harry looking really, really bad. And it's appropriate. These are the type of images that I like to see in the media of Harry. Prince Harry's truth. How he has basically been sucked of his very vitality by the Megxi. So the article continues on. The royal biographer went on to suggest Harry has accepted being second to Meghan, following in her footsteps of social activism, which is true. Harry is Meghan's handbag. We know this. She picks him up and carries him around Hollywood and directs him in whatever direction she wants him to walk in. He is Meghan's little handbag. He is Meghan's footrest. He is Meghan's armchair. She doesn't even allow him to sit on the sofa in a normal fashion. She squashes him into the corner and he hasn't been really flourishing that well. He looks forlorn, drained and tired. And I guess he would look like that. Being a handbag is hard work. But Harry, as he compared his relationship to a broken down smoking car that was about to set alight, is holding on. He's holding on even though he can see the steam and the lights flashing on the dashboard and the engine smoking up. He's decided that he's going to stop this broken down, run down car, pop open the bonnet and continue on. It's quite tragic, but he's definitely lost his former glory. So she added, instead, he has tucked his family away in a multi-million-pound mansion in California, making himself look out of touch. She also said the royal family needed Harry during the pandemic, claiming he would have excelled at giving people hope. But, you know, he doesn't care about the people. He just cares about himself and Meghan. The couple's endless announcements about clinching one money-raising deal after another before the Spotify contract. There was the eye-watering deal with Netflix, which could net the Sussexes' new production company around £100 million, could be seen as insensitive at a time when hundreds of thousands of livelihoods were lost. And of course, Meghan felt as though her announcements were justified because she decided to hark back to her miscarriage over 5 months ago in July. I think that they felt as though we've had a miscarriage, etc., etc. They still have no regard for our feelings. Especially the British people who paid and financed their lives, who springboarded their private jet set lifestyle. So the article continues on. Ending her article, Miss Levin said, the Duke told her he hated living in a goldfish bowl and questioned the public appearances of the Sussexes since stepping down. Express.co.uk has approached the Duke and Duchess of Sussex for comment. She concluded by discussing the upcoming review of Meghan and Harry's status as working royals and said, it has been reported that Prince Harry now wants a 12-month extension. There are several possible reasons. He may miss his family and all the privileges that entails. He may be keen to reconnect with the charities he once supported and regain his honorary military titles. Or perhaps he just realises that royalty is forever, but celebrity is not. It follows Meghan and Harry debuting their podcast with Spotify, with their first episode released in December with a key theme being the power of love. Richard Fitzwilliams, royal commentator, told Express.co.uk, the Sussexes risk some mockery for the undoubtedly insincere podcast, which they have. You know, Meghan and Harry are always dragged because, let's face it, they're a bit of a joke, a bit of a farce. They're fake and they aren't genuinely helping anyone. The only people they're helping is themselves. So it continues on here. He said, it's the way they genuinely see the world. Some see it as unbearably woke, others as inspiring. Essentially, it was a constructive contribution by the Sussexes to help end a truly terrible year for the world. That was about money. That's how I personally see it. They had to kick off the podcast with something. They used Baby Archie as a PR gimmick because it was about money. They was rounding off the year with a £30 million deal. It wasn't about us. It was about them. So it continues on here. Piers Morgan, Good Morning Britain host, has also called out Harry and Meghan for being woke over their new podcast. Writing in the Daily Mail, he said, none of this would bother me if they gave up the royal titles, but they won't, because they know that without them, they'd be lucky to get $100 for recording celebrity birthday messages on Cameo. But at least they've given us all a good laugh as they descend ever deeper into the abyss of toe-curling regal snout troughing. I'll be back with another video. Bye guys.